So everyone's talking about Retatrutide right now. So let's talk about what it actually is and what people really need to understand before actually jumping on it. So Retatrutide is a triple agonist peptide, meaning it targets 3 hormone systems all at once: GLP-1, GIP, and glucagon receptors. This combination is why the results have actually been so dramatic. GLP-1 reduces the appetite, it slows gastric emptying, when GIP improves the insulin response and metabolic signaling, and then glucagon actually increases energy expenditure and fat oxidation, meaning that the body's actually burning more calories even at rest. That's why in clinical trials, people have seen very large reductions in body weight, in waist circumference, in blood glucose, in blood pressure, with some studies actually showing over 20% of body weight loss, depending on the dose. So another interesting thing that researchers have noticed is that a large portion of the weight loss is actually from fat loss rather than lean mass, meaning that the body composition can actually be preserved better than with traditional dieting, especially if the person's resistance training and eating enough protein. But here's the important part. This is not a replacement for training, for nutrition, and for recovery. If you are not lifting weights, if you are not eating enough protein, and you are not sleeping properly, you still can lose muscle. These drugs create a metabolic environment for fat loss, but lifestyle will determine what type of weight you lose. So let's talk about the dosage, because this is where things can get dangerous. So Retatrutide is dose dependent. Higher doses produce greater weight loss, but they also increase the risk of the side effects. The most common side effects reported in studies include things like nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, abdominal discomfort, reduced appetite. Some people also experienced increases in their resting heart rate, or they get neurological sensations like tingling at the higher doses. But because this drug actually changes appetite hormones and metabolic signals, coming off it without proper habits in place can actually lead to weight regain. If someone hasn't built training discipline or nutritional structure and good lifestyle habits, the biology is going to push them back towards their previous body weight. So the big takeaway here is I am not anti-peptides at all. In fact, I think these compounds are an incredibly powerful tool when used correctly, under proper guidance with intelligent dosing, and alongside the training, the nutrition, and the recovery. But when people start self-prescribing high doses based on advice from social media or friends in the gym, that's where the problems really start. Used properly, this could literally be one of the most powerful metabolic therapies that we've seen. Used irresponsibly, it can be very risky, like everything in performance and health. Tools work best when the fundamentals are already in place.